RMIT Culture manages the Capital Commission, which is an annual opportunity for RMIT academics, students and researchers to produce a site-specific work drawing on their research that responds to the beautiful Capitol Theatre that we're in today. The Capitol is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year, and we were really excited by the range of applications that we received from the EOI process. The winning application came from Martin Courant, one of our RMIT academics, and Camilla Hannon, who is also an RMIT alumni, as well as a practicing artist, and their work was called The Waiting Room.
Believe it or not, I like to wait. I like being idle. I like being trapped in moments of endless delay.
I've been working with animation and very kind of reductive graphics and almost working with abstraction for a long time. So this project kind of stemmed out of that. But I mean, the idea for this project has come about in so many different ways.
Martine and I have collaborated for a really long time, probably since I graduated from RMIT. We've worked on various audiovisual projects together, and we came up with this one, and this really came out of almost a dream she had of recreating the 20th century picture palace. And I was like, yeah, I'm on board with that.
How much of your life have you been waiting? Hours? Days? Months? And more importantly, what have you been waiting for?
So I came across an article that was written in the 1920s by Siegfried Krakow about the rise of picture palaces in Berlin in the 1920s, and how these picture palaces were actually a giant form of distraction. You know, people who lived in cities like Berlin were kind of stuck in this kind of zone of waiting where they were actually suspended between deciding which ideology to take and where to go, and that they were in a kind of spiritual homelessness. And so those ideas felt so relevant to now, and it felt that was very, that we were having that experience again now, you know, that our distractions have just got more and more elaborate.
Okay. Breathe in. Shit. Can't stay.
For Capitol's 100th anniversary, it was very important to be able to have the opportunity to engage the public. There are so many people that have a connection to the building. It was very important that we held an event that everybody could come and attend just to celebrate the 100th.
You know, being able to make such site-specific work, particularly for the Capitol, I think the public will really engage with this work and go, wow, the Capitol. You know, even I didn't know stuff that I've learned over the making of this thing.
Well, the style is very unique. I don't think there's another theatre in the world which has it, especially the roof, the ceiling in the theatre. That's what it's most famous for.
In around 2022, we were able to take part in the RMIT ACME Audience Lab project. So that was really great because it meant that we got access to not just the ACME facilities, but we also had a small team of people. We had someone who was kind of like a producer, but really importantly, it allowed us to test it on an audience. But being able to actually develop it properly as part of this commission has just meant that we've had the time to work on it, but really, really importantly, we've just had a team of people that, you know, I would never be able to get to work with.
There is no way this work would have happened without this commission. It just wouldn't have happened. And I'm incredibly grateful for that.
You are here. Remember why you are here. Focus on the power of now.